Hello and welcome on FieldPro. I'm here on the mobile app of our FieldPro Core solution and I will show you how it works. So first here you are on the landing page with at the bottom the different section and I'm here on the customers list. So this is the first step of our app is to have a proper client customer databases. So goal of the app is really to monitor that first. If you have already a list, you can import it, and the goal will be like to boost and extend this list. So here I have access to the list of my store as a commercial agent, as a sales rep, as a merchandiser, as a delivery guy. And here in the segmentation, this is my list. The commercial B, the commercial C will not necessarily have access to this list, to this portfolio of clients. At least we can segment it depending on your strategy. But here it's my list and I'm the only owner of this list. So as I said, the one at the top is the nearest to me and I can filter on date of last visit, on the type of store. I can look also directly for a client at the top. So I can filter and directly go to my clients. So as I said, the first step of the app is if the client is not in a database, the goal is to create it. So you have a button add new at the bottom of the screen in orange. You can click there to go and create your store. So here I have a list of attributes, question. This is your list. You can personalize it with different questions. The goal is really at the end to have a proper database, as I said. So here I'll create my store. So you can see the red circle just became green. It means that this field is mandatory. You can see that submit is still in gray. So that's how it works. We can have mandatory field and non-mandatory field. But if you don't fulfill the mandatory field, you can create a client. Type of store will be really important. This is also like a list you can personalize, of course, and important for two reasons. First, obviously, is to have proper KPIs, data, depending on the type of store. And then the second reason is depending on your pricing policy. If you have different price depending on the type of store, we can have one product, several prices. So I'll select an oil station, the channel. Also, you see channel is not mandatory. The outside picture, really important. Also, because we know that you don't necessarily have the name of the store or things like that. The GPS location, this is really, really important. You save the location of the phone. So that's why we create a new clients when we are at the location. It's mandatory. So the phone number with the index, the address, city, comments, whatever, you can then personalize this list. Goal is really to have a proper database for you. Once it's done, I can submit, yes, validate it. And then I have my store in this list. So you can see there in this list. So this is the first step. Once you've done that, now the goal is to validate visit. It's the main topic and the main thing of the app. Goal is now to validate visits. So two ways to do that. First way is to select one store there and then validate the visit, fulfill the activity. So you need to be at the location, of course. And the second way is to use the calendar tool, which is on the left of the screen. You can click there and you'll see the planning of the day that was done by your supervisor, by your administrator, but you'll be able to have a proper planning of the day and to follow it. So now I will show you how the calendar works. So I'm now on the planning. So here it's the planning of my day. So the visit I'm supposed to do today. Of course, you can do off planning. Like we know that sometimes you receive a call or something. So you need to do visit that are not necessarily there. But here it's the supposed planning of my day. So as I said, the planning is created by the supervisor, the manager, or whoever. And the goal is to have recurring planning and the possibility to really have a coverage that reaches 100% or at least to reach the maximum of percent. So here I have my list of clients I'm supposed to visit. If I have to do like a punctual visit or I don't know, I receive a call asking me to visit them tomorrow morning, I can of course create a visit in my planning. So here I can select the customer, I can add the comments, the dates, and I can then save the meeting. and you can see that it's now there. So here I have the list. Like in the clients list, you have at the top of the list the nearest to me. You can see here TCC restaurant, and you have then the list of appointments you're supposed to do. So you can see that Alusa was already visited, so it's written completed. Now I will show you with Abdul Supermarket, which is 5 kilometers away from me. I will go here in his information. So here you have all the information about Abdul Supermarket. So it's useful for you. If I click on go there, I go to the GPS, call, I go to my telephone app. I have the history, I have the notes, so I can add notes. So really useful for me. History, for example, I know what was ordered, what was, done last time. If I had no sale, why? So I can adapt then my visit. It's also useful if tomorrow I leave the company, the sales rep that will replace me, he will have the possibility to have access to all those information. So it will be really, really important and interesting to ease his onboarding. The goal of the app is to do visit. So I have a button start visit at the bottom. I will click on it to start the visit. Here I have an error message. You must be at the customer's location to start a visit. This is the control side of the app. You can validate physical field visit if you're not at the client location. So I will now move to TCC restaurant, which is 1 meter from me, to show you how we'll proceed. So I click there. Still the information is there. I have the button start visit. I go there, start visit. You're about to start a visit for this customer. I confirm and I can start my visit. Here we have several workflows. How do we work? Depending on your activity, you have different forms to fulfill. If I'm a merchandiser, I will have access maybe only to the retail audit. If I'm a vendor, only to direct sales. If I'm a debt recovery man, only to cash collection. So we can segment it also. Here, you don't necessarily have access to all the workflows. So for this demo, I will show you how to proceed on a direct sale. So I click there, direct sales, and here I have a form. Did you make a sale? Yes, no. If I put no, I have to justify. So interesting for you because you'll have some data, some information of why you're not doing sales, so reasons for not selling. It will be important for your strategy. As I mentioned before, you can personalize almost all the things. So here, reasons for not selling. If you have other reasons, you can add them. Here we are doing a sale, so the product sold. And here you have the list of products. You can segment it at the top per type of product, per brand, depending on how you want to proceed. Here, let's say, okay, it's a type of product, so you can move here, you can directly look for the product, and you can fulfill the number of units. You have also the product price. Here it's 220. Maybe if it was a wholesaler, would be maybe 200. As I said, depending on the type of clients, we can adapt the price, and we can have like several prices for the same product. Okay, so I fulfill that. Take a bit of chocolate also. Okay, once I've done that, my basket is okay, I validate. Here I can check on my basket, okay, it's okay. If I have, or I have to add something or whatever, I can still modify that. I have the total product value, total product quantity, payment method, amount paid, picture. If needed, we can add another attribute, then you go to validate. Yes, validated, and I add my visit. So here I've just done my visits, and I will go here in the list to see where is my store. Go to TCC restaurant, activity, and here you have the sale that was just done. And here I can go to view activity. And I have my result. I can also like send to a printer or whatever. So this is how we monitor the sales on the field. We can have like other activities, but mainly this is the mobile app on which your sales rep, your merchandiser, your delivery guy will monitor his field activity. We have also insights there that can be used to follow up on the objectives. But yeah, that's really a tool to help them to boost their activity, to reach easily their objective, and then to sell more.